You guys miss me? Frog. All right. Hello. I'm here today to do some stuff. I got some more cabs. Got a little case for my solder. And hopefully gonna finish this lapis pendant. Let's see how it goes. Oh, and I have to buff out this. So yeah. I gotta hopefully start and finish a new project today. We'll see how it goes. But it's a lot of finishing and maybe seeing if we can't get something else going on. But that's what's going on with yours truly. But gotta plug everything in. I don't know how long I'll be out here tonight, but like I said, I am gonna try to get some stuff done so that I can show it tomorrow during my auction, my solo auction. I haven't really checked prices or whatnot as far as what I should start my stuff at. But so you see I blackened the top. I'm just gonna take my buffing pad here and buff away, and hopefully just leave the dark marks on here. Yeah, we'll see. So I can tell you that I didn't stamp the copper hard enough. So it's not really going in the edges very well. But it's still pretty cool. It's my first ever. So, all right, on to this guy. I'm gonna have to sand off or file off. Hi, peace out. I hope Cookie's feeling okay. She's been in my thoughts lately. Missed you guys during your would-be auction time. You guys are one of my favorite auctions. This is the one I was looking for. She's doing okay. Oh, bless her heart. Thank you, Deborah. Appreciate it. So I had wanted to put, excuse me, I had wanted to put a bee up here, but I had my torch way too high and I burnt it off. Well, I melted it rather, I didn't burn it. So I'm just gonna have to file this down, which that's okay. Maybe I can, I don't know, figure something else out, but there it is. You almost can sort of kind of not see it. But nevertheless, it was dropped it. So yeah. Here's my, and I have to work on just basically laying the bezel flatter. Yeah, oopsie. It's okay though. Is it Bob Ross? No mistakes, only happy accidents. It wasn't meant to be there, is all I can say. And that's all right. Gives it more of kind of like an organic look to it anyway. Texture rather. But I'm going to put this pendant in my ring mandrel and see about just coming in and hitting it. I had to hit it with it, and I know it's gonna, I had to hit it off this with my hammer because the silver had work hardened. So that's okay. It's bound to happen. I just was bummed about it. So I'm just trying to lay the bezel flat here, but I had accidentally soldered the side the bezel to the actual flower, and there it goes, just a little bit. Now I can lay it flat. And it's my first like extravagant piece like this rather. So may have to come in and hit it again. How some people have, it's like a hammer, the ability to use like their Dremel or their flex shaft and hammer the bezel in, because this is just crazy. Yes! Freaking got it! Alright, so my chin is so itchy all of a sudden. I'm going to bloom out the flower I had originally wanted to. So I laid it flat. So basically it's as tight as I can physically get it in there right now. And I'm hitting it so that the fat palmness of my hand is getting a lot of the, you know, math, science. It's catching a lot of the brunt of the force. Not so much on the stone, because I don't want to crack my stone at all. Especially having put all of this effort into setting the stone. Really just wanting to make sure that this thing is in there. Okay. Putting the hammer away. I'm just kind of shocked at this point that, I don't know, that it's come to this point where I've done this. I'm going to take the polishing pad and basically just buff out any fingerprints, hammer marks. I'm gonna change the pad to the extra fine. I got pizza frog throat. I slammed a piece of pizza, and I was like, all right, it was only 6:30 out here when I made the executive decision to come out. So I was like, all right, gotta make business happen. I want to get out there. My husband's inside with the children, and yep. All right, well, I'm probably gonna, I don't know, take the file to the little flowers, but I think that this may be done. kind of crazy to think about. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put my stuff away, and I'm going to see if... Why do I keep dropping stuff? Who's got the fudge fingers today? Man, just... Whatever. That'll be for another time. That'll be for future Devin to deal with that problem. This light is not doing it any justice, but it's quite lovely. if I say so myself. And a little moonstone, you got your lapis, got your flowers, got your bowls. That's the way it'll hang. It's one of a kind, I suppose. So I went and made another purchase for silver because I was getting low on silver. And I went ahead and bought some from Rio Grande because comparatively their prices were cheaper than BGcation. So thank you, Sugar Plum. I appreciate that. So yeah, I went ahead and got some more stuff. And so that should be coming soon. And yeah. So recently, from Mr. Jem, I actually got a few more cabs. And I had someone recently ask me to make them a pendant. So I gotta look at what I have for labradorite. Because she said she wanted... What? Peace out, are you serious? That's crazy. That's really crazy. That's crazy. So, is this Moonstone? Oh my gosh. Mr. Jem. So, I'm having way too much fun. This is what I've been leading up to do for a really long time. So, I'm just really excited to be able to make it and to know that it's not such a feat it's just exciting. I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a great time. But to know that I can just come out here and, I don't know, put a spin on stuff is really amazing to me. But after doing that, and then of course, after seeing what I could do with the scrap, I'm gonna go through and see if any pieces of my scrap speak to me, and of course, if any of the stones speak to me. But I ended up getting some more from Mr. Jem. This was the last haul I got. This is a beautiful pictured jasper. It's coming off a little bit more yellow on the screen, but it's definitely like a sandy brown. I ended up getting this, which I believe is like an iron eye. It's exquisite. It does have like some chatoyancy in there. The jarring designer, oh my gosh. This one I believe is a agate. See the banding there? This one, of course, moss agate. Love moss agates. I ended up getting what I believe is a moonstone. That's stunning. I got a labradorite, and I'm gonna set out my labradorites because I need to send a picture to my friend who wants a pendant. And then I got another mookite jasper. In an unboxing, I ended up finding on the bottom a turquoise, so that's really cool. And I have some rhodochrosite. That's a beautiful one. And I don't have too many rhodochrosites, but I do have quite a bit of like strawberry quartz and rose quartz. This one I think is just a jasper. And then I got a fluorite. I'm flashing you, close your eyes. This one's stunning. This is a faceted fluorite. And my mom actually got some from Mr. Jim, and she wants a bracelet. So, wow. A bracelet's gonna be a whole nother thing. But I don't know. So I think I want to make another ring. And I'm thinking maybe some rose quartz. This one I think is a cinnabar, so I'm not going to use that. Hi, Christine. So I'm thinking that I might make a rose quartz ring. What do you guys think? What? I don't know if that's enough for me right now. I think I might need something else. Of course I have Larimar, but I don't want to mess with that right at this moment, I guess. I have some turquoise. I have some ruby sozites, some pretty thick ones. So I'm gonna do what I did last time, and I'm gonna pull some stones, and that will work for me right now. And I'm gonna let you people decide, y'all, what you want me to work with, and then you can give me a size because I'm gonna do a ring. So I have blue lace agate. I went from pink to blue really fast. Sodalite, deep blue sodalite. All right, let's move on to some other colors. What if? Ooh, it's a coffin-shaped one. I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. Ooh, Orthoceras. This one that kind of reminds me of a bonbon. It's a tiger's eye. There's so many. Ooh, pyrite. Pyrite. Of course, we'll throw in strawberry quartz. What are you guys thinking? Ooh, mahogany obsidian. And I heard it being called a few names, but I call it lepidolite. I hear people call it lepidolite, but there's lepidolite. So I think I pretty much have, I have a good, ooh, okay. This one too. But this one I think may have to be a pendant. Can you imagine wearing something like this? That's huge. That one's probably gonna have to be a pendant. I want to do a ring tonight. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? That's a honker, yeah. Ooh, and then you have Mookite that is also, I made a Mookite ring that is like mustard. And then we have Mookite that's more of like the brown red. Beautiful! How can you choose? Got some food in my teeth. She's a dainty lady. Hi, Stone Muse. Okay, cool. So glad you're here. I can show you some of the labradorites that I have. So we'll put a pause on taking out the stone for a second so I can show Stone Muse. All right, so I'll number them 1 through however many, whatever that I have. Yeah? I'm thinking maybe. I'm thinking either lepidolite or the pyrites. I don't know. Okay. It's an airplane. All right, so Stone Muse. I've got this one right here and the flash on it. There is, all of the ones I'm showing you have a flash. This one has a dual shift to it. One way you hold it is a purple, the other way you hold it is a green. So this is a really fun one. That's number 1. Let me show you, see if I can show you a little bit better. And it is opaque as well. So I don't know. So it is flashy one way and then flashy the other way. The second one I have is this guy right here. And this one's extremely flashy. You have a flashy back too. That's number 2. And then number 3 is a little less flashy. You can see it right there. On the sides mostly. I have a sticker on the back. Rectangle. I know you said you were looking for a circle. And then I have an octagon and a square. And then a more rounded. And this one has a full spectrum on the side, just on the bottom. But as far as circles or ovals go, rather, those are what I have. So I will send you a picture, Stone Muse, of these labradorites. You can see the middle one is like, hey, look at me. Ah. All right, so what do you think is better, number 1 or number 2? So I have I love number 1 because of the shift. It's an up and down. It's a hot dog and hamburger shift. You have the up and down golden, and then you have the side to side blue flash. And then the other one is just all flash. So it just depends really on whatever. So I'll send you a picture and you can let me know. But that's a really tough one, and I think that it's gonna have to speak to you. So back to the ring in question here. 10 people now. So 10 people, love to hear your input. I'm gonna make a ring. I need to know, do you like the Orthoceras? Do you like the blue lace agate? The Bonbon Tiger's Eye? Deep Denim Blue Sodalite? Mahogany Obsidian? Coffee Obsidian? Strawberry Quartz? Pyrite? Beautiful pyrite, or lepidolite. It is a very, like, almost, it's got some shimmer to it. This one's pretty. But I'm either leaning towards maybe mahogany, obsidian. Love me some pyrite. Way too many choices. This is the worst. That's why I need help. Lepidolite. This freeform. Alright, I'm going to eliminate sodalite. The fossil one. Orthoceras. Blue lace. Okay, no love for tiger's eye. Putting tiger's eye back. Any love for mahogany obsidian? Deep red, almost brick color. We have a lepidolite. A vote for lepidolite. Any love for pyrite? No. Any love for strawberry quartz? No. All right, so lepidolite look beautiful on my daughter's skin tone. Not mine. Blue lace agate, Orthoceras. We have 2 votes for lepidolite. Is lepidolite gonna be the one that we make a ring out of? We have a vote for lace agate. And guys, you see me, you see what I can sort of kind of do. Lepidolite it is. All right. So if you have a stone in particular that you're looking for, I may have it, and I can make you a ring. So holler at your girl. Ring, pendant. We'll go from there. All right. So I'm also going to pull out some. Not a fan of lepidolite. Hey, that's okay. I'll get you on the next one. All right, so I'm gonna look at my scrap as well. I like to look at stuff that doesn't have stones in them. I do tend to get a lot of scrap. And if I really can't use the scrap, then I'll just melt it down and make balls out of them. Let me see if I can tilt you guys down a little bit more so you guys can see what I'm doing. Really sorry. I'll get it one day. You guys don't want to see me. So here's my scrap. I've got a butterfly. Hey girl, hey. I got some post backs. Alright, so I think that's all I got for this one as far as... And of course I have... It's why I choose the blue lace agate. Yeah, huh? Blue lace agate is stunning. I can't wait to turn that one into a ring. Well, if you want to email me your shirt, I'm animal print crazy. Well, you know, I actually am wearing it because my toes are cold, and I know that it might be cold outside. My logic. All right, so here's my other bag of scrap. Got some stiff. Tend to not use the bracelets. Really pretty earring. I'm thinking, what size ring should I do? You guys, what size ring would you be interested in? I never have too many jump rings. A little crab. How cute. I forget what I have in here until I pull it out. Oh, and then we have this kind of... Did I just lose it? It's like a Celtic single earring It's kind of got some squigglies in it. And then of course we've got like this kind of squiggly. I don't know, I think I kind of like the idea of like a sort of scroll work on it, maybe. And there's this too. This is really pretty. It's like a larger butterfly. Wouldn't that be pretty to have like, so we'll do this and maybe have, maybe that's too big. I think it might be too big. But that's pretty. Kind of reminds me, has that kind of feel to it a little bit. And there's kind of like a Celtic kind of look. I'm just looking to see if there's anything that I can solder onto it. Of course, I can always stamp the bezel back. You know. And I have some solderable accents, but worst case scenario, I literally just make a plain Jane. But I do have some balls too. You can always add some balls to the sides, make it real fancy. I can show you guys how I make the balls. That was actually really fun to do. I enjoyed that process. It's just you heat up your metal so much and then it balls together. That was really fun. Okay. So, just gonna go with it. Lepitalize. Make it rain. Let's see. It's about let me see if I like the scalloped edge. I think the scalloped edge may be too short. It's quite lovely though, but I don't think it'll hold. 4.85. I think I may have to go to the 5, which is my regular old. This guy. Yep. Can always sand it down a bit. All right then. I've got my 5mm bezel wire. Note to self, I have to remember to bring my mandrel in for tomorrow. And of course I'd leave my this stuff is so springy, it's not as dead soft as dead soft. Line it up and score it. Gonna grab my flush cutters. I think I'm gonna have to anneal this. How much will it go for? Balls, 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 balls. Whatever you want. I'm not a big fan of the stone. Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna have to anneal it. I'm thinking that it's probably 40. It may start. I watch another jeweler maker on YouTube, and it's what they do. Yeah, there's her name is Sandy, just Sandy, and she also does this sort of kind of thing as well. I actually ended up getting this pendant too. This is a garden quartz. This is not a cab, however, but I'm thinking that maybe I can make a pendant out of it or something one day when I get more skills. So I'm just gonna go ahead and anneal this. Yeah. So I'm gonna heat this up a little bit so it's a little bit easier to work with. Because right now it's just so springy that I can't really work with it. It's not gonna take too long. And there we go. I'm gonna take my tweezers and I'm gonna quench it. And put it in the pickle. You guys are gonna think I'm probably crazy, but I love the smell. I think this is maybe what I'm meant to do. Maybe. I don't know. The only thing I knew for sure what I was supposed to do was have kids. Well, love my kids. Alright. So I'm getting more silver. This is all I have. But I have a crap ton of copper. I had a lot of copper. Yeah. I don't want to waste. Yes, she's been very, very kind to me. She's been so patient enough to ask questions. I also have this copper too. So patient enough to answer my questions if I've had any. And she gave me a really awesome resource today. Northern mudlarks also work on silver. Their videos are very soothing. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check that out. Thank you so much. I'm just lubing up my saw blade here. I'm gonna go over to my little bench pin. Years later. All right, hello. So, now it's annealed, which means I've softened the metal, so it's more pliable and easier to work with. Should I embellish this? I'm gonna say no. Okay, so now it's a little bit less springy. Take it and really get in there. Okay. So I have my two ends here. And if you can kind of see, this one's cut at a bit of an angle. So I'm going to need to unangle it. Which I'm going to get my saw, or my little file, straight file here. I think someone is calling a cat outside. So I straightened it out, and I'm gonna work on getting these to line up. And I'm gonna take my straight pliers here and kind of bend these inward a little bit so it gives me a little bit more tension to work with. So I'm just gonna go kind of up and down, work on the tension, because I want a really good seam. Solder doesn't fill a gap. And I'm not worried about the shape of it, because after I solder and pickle it, I'll be able to reshape it to the stone. So it's my solder seam. You want to make sure that it's flush. And if I have to go back in and refile, well, then that's just what I have to do. And I might. On my list of things to get, another happens to be like a vise or something. That's what I'm looking for. Now, I'm gonna get some of my hard solder, which I brought this out for, which I'm really excited about. It's a little compartment with removable doodads here that I was gonna put my solder in, so I'm not looking for it everywhere. I'm going to take my flush cutters and I'm going to cut a few pallions. And really, I don't need that much. take a size like this. Put it on my board. Okay. Flux. Flux. Flux the solder. I have a little bit of Cooper now. And I hit the whole thing with it. And I'm going to crystallize the flux a little bit, so I'm not going to get any solder jumpage. And I'm going to pick up my solder pallium, stick it right on top of my solder seam. Got my solder pick, because when the solder flows, I'm going to knock it over, exactly like that with the sound effect. Down. With the heat, it moved my seam, so it caused my seam to open up. So I'm just gonna take it, pickle it, punch it, and then pickle it. So I don't wanna mess around with that. All right. So in the meantime, I have some balls already, some sterling balls. I have some big balls. I like big balls. And then I have some copper balls. But I think I have 2 big balls, and I think I have to make some smaller ones. So I'm going to take some piece of scrap that I cut the other day because I goofed. Just got to find it. And I'm going to make some, I think I'm going to make like 4 smaller balls. Yeah. Because I don't need that big a ball. So like this. This and this should be enough. Plenty, darling. Ah, here's some here too. Nice. Yeah. Navigal, Miss America. There we go. I've got my little pallion. Hot potato into the pickle. All right, let's make some bowls, shall we? All right, so I've got some scrap silver, and making balls is hot, quite literally. You gotta use high heat. Where did my flush cutters go? I just had them. One day I'll make one of those things that's like a stand or something to put all of my stuff so I don't lose it. But until then, I'm left with this. Fairies running off with my stuff. So I just need some smaller pieces because I have 2 big balls. And I don't need any more bigger balls. I mean, it couldn't have gone that far, is all I'm saying. I have legs. It's literally probably right in front of my face. I just have this way about me where even if it's right in front of my face, I still just don't see it. So that's my problem. All right. And I have these. And these don't do nothing. They don't do anything. Rather, they're just bona fide. They don't do anything. I'm contemplating taking them back to the store, in which I got them. As it says, large wrap and tap oh no. It's the wrong one. I don't know. Go. I didn't drop them. I would have heard it or felt it. All right. you better. That's gone. All right. I used a lot of butane last time doing this, so I may have to fill up my doodad after this. And they're just little balls. I wait until they are not bright red and stick them in the quench. Yeah, I can tell my torch is going out. And I don't like how this ball isn't quite round. It's not quite there. That's better for me. Okay. Go ahead and grab this one. And gonna go ahead and do this last one here. And there we go. There's balls. Let those come down, and I'm going to fill up my torch. Alright, so I'm not going to light my torch for a while because I just filled it up. I'm going to put my scrap metal back. I'm going to fish out my bezel, and then I'm going to fish out my little balls, and they're easy because they fall to one side. I'm just going to drop them in the Good night, baby. Good night, I love you. All right, I was gonna put the lid on this. Lid goes on the pickle. All right. So I have these two little guys. So what I'm thinking is doing like just probably 3 and 3 on both sides. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna go ahead and fit this around my stone. So it's a pretty good fit. And I'm gonna take the sticker off the bottom. Told me how much Mr. Jim was selling it for. There you go. And then I have this, and I might hit it at an angle so I can get maximum ball coverage, I guess. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to solder the bezel to the back plate. And I have a 24 gauge back plate. And I just want to make sure, again, that this fits. And it does. I'm gonna go ahead and use my little tray here, and I use the tray so that I can stick the flame underneath, not necessarily on top. Since I've heated this up a couple of times already, I just don't want to possibly burn it. So I'm also going to take my file and just lightly go over my solder seam to make sure that I don't have any like raises or anything. And when I buff it, I'll be able to buff out the solder seam entirely. But basically I'm just priming it. And then I'm gonna take my half round one and I'm just gonna saw file off any solder. You know when you're thinking about something and you're like, you've got your mind on it, and then like you remember you have milk duds in the freezer, and then you know everything's gonna be okay. Can only go up from here, guys. I tell my mom, I tell my daughter when she's scared, okay, but tell me something positive. If my mom is like telling me something, or like, you know, if anyone, my brother, my husband, okay, tell me something positive now. So I wasn't necessarily thinking about anything negatively. It just, you know, I guess my mind wanders. So I'm gonna get my balls out of the pickle. They're a little bit easier to fish for when I have my pickle pot over me like this. I've been watching The Masked Singer. I like that show, actually. I mean, I think it's rigged, yeah, maybe. I think it's interesting, yes. I don't know. It's a funny show. I enjoy it. Okay, so I've got my balls out here, and I'm gonna kind of just try to, I feel like I have have 6. And I have 2 small balls, medium. So maybe I'll decide small, big, large. I'll check it out when I'm done. All right, I'll look at it later. But now that they're dry-ish, I can move them off of here, give an idea. I kind of like the eclectic look, the different look to things, but I don't want, you know, I don't want it to be too much. I guess what I'm trying to say. I don't want it to come across as way too much. That's cute. Okay. So, I've sprayed that with my Cuprinil. I have my bezel sheet. There we go. I'm going to take my medium solder, which is the one I use most often, and I'm probably going to have to buy more of. Did I drop it? I think I did. I was wondering what I dropped, and I think I dropped the medium. I did. Sorry, I didn't mean to blind anybody. I'll get some better lights out here eventually. And then bring my rolly chair out. Alrighty. Medium. Really hogged a lot off on that one. I'll find it eventually. Oh, I broke it! Well, I'll be dipped. Well, damn! I was like, I didn't cut that much! Crap! That sucks! Alright, well then. Oh, where, these may work. How just ridiculous is that? I just can't. My husband does. And he's putting my daughter down to bed, or else he'll be able to tell me where they are. How ridiculous. That's frustrating. Pooh. How lame. Because these are just wire cutters. It's not really gonna do the trick. Sort of, kind of, I suppose. Just for the time being. Hulk it out. You can always use wire solder, paste solder, but I only have paste solder in soft or easy solder, and I was gonna do that to put the balls on. But I think I got it. How ridiculous. It really grinds my gears. Definitely not meant for this at all, but just working with what I got. I got guess I'm just gonna have to knuckle down and buy. I just really didn't want to have to spend like, cause they're kind of expensive a little bit, like. How silly. All right, whatever. I'm gonna quit complaining. All right. So again, hit it. I was crystallizing my flux, because now I'm going to put my little pallions that I literally manhandled all over here. They have even like little solder cutters, but they're in and around the same as well. I think I got those on Amazon. Whatever. I'm still complaining about it. Alright, so I'm going to treat it like a clock and hit it 12, 2, 6, 9, and then all the other ones kind of put in between them. I'm going to take the bigger ones that I have and I'm going to put towards the larger surfaces. Cool, now that I got them where I want them, cool. I got some flowage. And this is what it looks like before the pickle. Slap it into pickle. Okay, so now let's talk about the balls. So I know in rule of thumb when decorating, you're supposed to do the 3-5 method or something, odd numbers. I don't know. So this is what I have. I don't know if you guys will be able to see. Maybe if I put them right here. They're so small. So I've got a small, medium, medium, and large. There you go. So the dots cascading and not being odd numbers or more pleasant. Exactly. So then maybe I'll leave the little one out, and then I'll just do like the big ones ish. I'm just afraid that they're so similar in size that maybe you're not going to get the contrast of them. I don't know. Because I think I'm going to do it catty cornered as opposed to on the sides. I'm going to look at it both ways. I love when you say miltage. That means it works. Yeah. Not your normal jewelry jargon. Thank you. We'll see. And this is what it looks like after. Hi, Cameron. Hi ho. So, yeah. This is it right here. I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do the. Just don't burn a hole in your plate. Exactly. I will not. And I'm gonna do the test. And it's stuck together. So, I think I'm gonna do another punch. I liked having the hole in the back. Similar to this. Same as the pendant. I like having a stone hole in the back. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So at that, before I obviously, I think I'm gonna make a hole in the back. I'm gonna grab my punch, which is actually a nail. File it a bit. It's the scientific way. I was thinking about getting a punch too. Eventually. I have got like Justin Bieber songs stuck. Used to use a drill? Yeah, I could probably use a drill. Actually, I could probably use a drill and it would be a lot easier. I have like Justin Bieber songs stuck in my head. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and bust a hole. Hole achieved. I'm gonna put my punch back. Plus, it's good practice on my my saw. My shirt keeps riding up because she's a fancy girl. So I just want to go like this. So I need to take this one off. So tighten this up here. You want to hear a, so I'm going to just tighten There it is. Just imagine me sliding back and forth like a real pro. One day. Stone hole. It's like a jelly bean. Just gonna hit this. I haven't done that in 17 years since my ex demands in my workshop. Oh, I'm sorry. On my rolly chair? Yes. It's outside. Well, I am outside. What I meant is it's outside my she shed. My husband, I think, sprayed it down with Lysol. So I'm using paste solder. When I do a lot of my appliques or something, the paste solder seems to help hold better for me. So I'm gonna see about doing the 4 just to see what it'll look like. Why not? Gonna try it on one side. See how I like it. So 3, 4. And granted, this is like the face of it. I have the stone in flat. I wanted it a bit catty-cornered. Have that kind of like whimsical look to it. There's 3. There's 4. 3, 4. I don't know. I think I'll just... I like the 4, but I think it's just too busy. So... Three. It's been decided. It's tough. But I'm gonna do 3. Okay. Because I even had this butterfly, but I'm like, it's too much, Devin. Chill out. You know what I mean? Chill out. All right, here we go. We're gonna do 3. The queen of being indecisive. So I'm going to change it up. And I'm going to have them more in the center. And I'm going to have them cascading down the same way. Smallest, medium, large. It's more of a flow. Okay, very good. I am pleased. Just gonna put a little bit of solder around the spots where I moved things. Cool. All right. Let's do it. A lot of smoke because the flux, the solder, the easy solder paste has flux in it, so it's gonna smoke off and sometimes even flame. So one thing I don't like too much about it. Well, that's cooling off. I've got my half round and figure maybe I'll do a size 9. Size 9? Maybe? And since I just had my flush cutters take a dump, I'm gonna have to use my saw. It's me rolling. She's rolling. Wearing sweatpants I got from Becky. Well, they're leggings, not really stretch pants. These balls did not stick. Alas. That's fine. You just have to resolder it. No sticky bars. No sticky. No sticky. Alright. Good morning. Let's do this again. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Flip over, little ball. Let's do it. Thank you. That's a bingo. I'm going to take my half round that I cut. I'm gonna file down the burr that I got when I use my saw blade. I'm gonna find my initials. It's not that hard to find your name. What is your name? If I was a smart person, I would remember to put the stuff in the same spot. I don't. What are you? Where are you? E-stamp. There's the V. D, E, E. Yes. All right. There's the V. And are you a D? Who are you? You certainly are. Did it. Hello? Balls adhered. So now I'm going to take my saw and file around this whole thing here. Next thing I'm going to do is put the ring band on it and then go from there. So, yeah. It had been so many days since I had broken a saw blade. I was just going to make a comment about it. But alas. It was almost done. Did I break it? That's so funny. Okay. I must lose. I believe in you. I believe in you. I know you can. And I know we can do this together. I know we can. Son of a... Shoot! What am I doing wrong to you? What's the matter, Mr. Saw? Unbelievable. Milk kitchen soup. Okay, I'm done with that. I'm gonna put my scrap away here. My chair. just gonna, yeah. 20 minutes later, I'm gonna hit this really quick before I solder the ring band to it. So basically smoothing down the edges around the side, giving it a seamless kind of finish. I'm gonna grab this here and I've got my initials stamped in the ring band. Set that there, and I'm gonna make sure that the way I have it here, have my ring guide. I just buffed lines on it just to give me a lineup. It's always one side. And I'm actually going to undo this, and I'm gonna hammer the sides. Worst case scenario, I have to anneal it, but I just didn't want it to be so uncomfortable when you're putting it on and off. So, just gonna work on bring that around again. And then I'm gonna take the ends and flatten them out a little bit better.
That way they're not like, they're a little bit more tapered.
Is 1.5, so 1 3/4. Just want to make sure that I have that right. 1 3/4. Have it.
Ooh. All right. I did not have enough solder on there to my liking. I don't have enough pickle in my pot to to coat the whole entire thing. So when it like about halfway through, I flip it.
I'm gonna sand it and then polish it and then set this down. Hey. Shouldn't take too long though. I got a hot pickle. Cool.
Filing away the excess solder because I went a little nuts. I really need to get another mandrel or like a drum. That's probably what I needed my husband to pick up, was like a Dremel adapter or something so that I could utilize the these are not Dremel mandrels.
Been like, hi, hi, hi.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Becky.
Why can't I don't have it the right way. I had it the right way before and then I changed it. These ones always get me. I don't know which one's which. I'm hearing stuff. Alright. So, I went ahead and filed this the best that I can. I'm gonna go ahead and looks, watching you work, wondering which left. I'm left-handed. It's kind of like just whatever's easier and whatever's most comfortable. I tend to watch a lot of people who are right-handed. So I kind of try to just adapt. So I think one thing that maybe people tend to forget is you're going to be wearing this. I don't think anyone forgets that, but as for comfortability goes, when you're sliding this on and off, I don't want there to be anything that's going to catch your finger, hurt you. So I tend to go up and down my finger, get it in an angle here, really try to make the inside of this soft. And I think one of the last things I'm gonna do is, after cleaning up, is I'm gonna anneal the top of the bezel again, because the last time I used this bezel, it was so difficult to bend it over and to place the stone in. I think just because of the gauge of the wire or something, I'm not certain, but it was quite difficult. So I'm going to try this method, which kind of takes away the point of buffing it out, but I can always rebuff it and repolish it. But I'm going to see if this is going to be better than literally busting thumbs to try to get it in, so I don't have any kind of... Anyway, this is what I'm going to do. So, let's see how it goes. I'm trying to turn mine. Alright. Put it in the pickle to clean it. And I can always rebuff it after I set the stone. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Setting the stone. Only took me a little over 2.5 hours. Well, that's okay. I was doing other things too. We'll go ahead and say that. Toy. There.
crazy. Well, there she blows. Start to finish.
Probably need to,
Thank you.
probably need to burnish it a bit more, lay down the lines a little bit better, but
Probably get that. But there it is. In all of its glory. It's a little big on me, so it tends to fall crooked, but there it is. So it'll be available tomorrow, along with Moo Kite, and along with a lot of other ones that I have. So don't forget to check me out tomorrow. I'm gonna have my auction probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock my time, maybe. But there she is. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you on the next one, guys.